Hello, Ariel, and I'm glad you got this in. I'm sorry to take so long and taking a look at it. This will be some final video feedback for you, and good going. I'm glad you caught up. Ariel, this looks like it's a complete submission, and I acknowledge that you have submitted your wireframes. Looks like they have been revised, or have they been revised? Let's see. Yeah, it's difficult to achieve them at first because we're not certain about how to. What I was about to say was it's difficult to achieve your initial wireframes for several reasons. When you start to consider accessibility, adaptability, how is your website going to look on a variety of devices, then you'll probably want to rethink or modify at least your wireframe sketches. Here's the other part of your, here's your entire website I see collected in a single folder. Good going. Had you considered putting images in their own folder? Also in your submission, I see that you have done code validation too. It's helpful, isn't it? And it's very instructive, because they'll define everything that you're missing. Another page of CS or of code validation too. It'll tell you even what needs to be put in your CSS, won't it? And lastly, I see that you have validated your CSS too. Good going. Ariel, this looks to be just about where it was, I think the last time I looked at it, last week, and gave you video feedback. It looks, all the elements are there. I think visually it's cohesive. It's very, very simple, striking, almost Zen-like. So that's good. I like the way that your navigation stretches across the window, no matter how I size it, and the image centers itself. Presumably you can get the logo to do that. I had suggested maybe using a transparent file format on the logo. Take a look at SVG file format. That's a vector file format. If you enlarge your logo, there's no degradation to the edge if it's in a file format that supports vectors and transparency. And then I see that you're working on your menu. Ambitious of you to create a menu using HTML and CSS. But it can be done, and I think I respect you for that. And you've got, an image on each of your child pages. I had talked a little bit about, not distorting images. This looks a little squashed or distorted somehow. I'm not sure. But appetizing, perhaps it just needs to be condensed a little bit laterally. And I guess that this is great photo. Might want to work a little bit harder on trying to get the corporate typeface to show up. Although the sans serif, looks well against the high modern images, it's not of the corporate typeface. And I see too that you've got the beginnings of a footer down here. Let's see. Good going, and you've got your coded sitemap, which is good for. Or will be good for search engine optimization. So that's great. Ariel, I'm looking at your HTML, and I see that you have an embedded style sheet. Remember, this is the host code that shows up in your footer. I see that you've tried to get the, you may have cut and pasted it. Because normally this host code would be down here at the bottom. But anyway, just know that that's something that your web host will put on your pages dynamically as I'm viewing them, not to be too disturbed by it. You have an embedded style sheet here too. The ultimate objective, of course, is to have an external style sheet. And perhaps you do. I'm looking at this URL, which suggests to me that you're overwriting your index HTMLs. Have you given some thought to how you could organize this on your web server as well as your hard drive? In any case, I would hope that, perhaps in the next day or two, you could extract this into an external style sheet. But, nonetheless, you're placing images successfully. You've got the logo there. You have all the ingredients now to use an external style sheet to position them more precisely. Well, Ariel, I think I'm probably repeating myself at this point, but I'm glad you got this in for week 6. And I hope you're able to make maybe a few little refinements, but I look forward to your final submission. Good going.